So in the last video I did, I was flipping the 60 volt electric hyperbike to see whether I could buy a motorbike to see if it's more fun. This bike has got to be the most fun electric bike I've built on the channel. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And this is literally the beginning of my new motorbike journey on YouTube. So this is a Suzuki DR-Z400 Supermoto, and I bought this sight unseen on the internet, on Marketplace. Couldn't even go and view it. Well, I could, but it was up north and I couldn't be bothered. So I paid a courier company to collect this for me, completely sight unseen. Now, the 60 volt mini hyperbike, which I sold to compare, are motorbikes more fun than e-bikes? I had that listed for 1,750. This was up for 2,100, and I eventually got the price down to 1,800, and then because of the delivery price, I got this for the sum of £1,700. And I took it out for a drive, and it pretty much ran like crap. It bogged down after about 4,000 RPM. Didn't have the power that it should have. It idled too high, and then it eventually broke down on me 5 times. The battery has now gone flat because I've just been in Bulgaria for a week and I left the key in the ignition. So currently, are e-bikes more fun? Yes, because motorbikes always have things go wrong with them. However, we're not going to let it put us off. I'm going to try and get this running today and see whether it, you know what I mean? Like, when this worked briefly, it is a hell of a lot of fun to ride. These are a classic Supermoto. They're light, they've got enough power to have a lot of fun. People love them. They're like Land Rovers. I don't think the design changed for like 20 years on these things because it was just so good. So anyway, I think either the jets are clogged, the settings are wrong in the carburetor, or there's something wrong carburetor related, I think. So I've been busy shopping on AliExpress. The DR-Z400 Supermoto comes with a 36mm Mikuni carb. And it kind of does the job, but it's kind of detuned, I think, for environmental reasons. And I also think the Supermoto is very slightly detuned from the DR-Z model. So a popular upgrade is for people to go out and get KIRBEBIKE FCR39, I think the model is, carburetor that comes on YZF 450s and things like that, and fit that to the DR-Z as an upgrade, which are a 39mm carburetor. However, for a bit of searching around on the internet, it seems a popular upgrade to get a replica KIRBEBIKE FCR Chinese carburetor, and people have had pretty good results on it. Because this carburetor for the genuine one is over £1,000 before jetting it or anything else, it's absolute madness to spend that on a £2,000 bike. So I bought this on AliExpress. I paid the express shipping on this because I couldn't be bothered to wait 2 or 3 months or risk it taking that long to turn up, so I paid £100 shipping on it. So this is it. This is the carburetor we're going to be upgrading it with. It comes with a bunch of different jet sizes. So this is how it comes, and it does not fit. This bracket is too tall where the throttle cables come in. The push-pull throttle cables come in through here, round to here. And this is too tall. It hits the frame. The little trumpet here for the airbox, and this is the engine side. This little adapter is the wrong diameter. And also, the whole width of this from here to here is too wide to fit between the engine and the airbox. So, there is a chap, I think it's Mototech, I'll put it up on the screen now, in Germany, who has actually made his own kit, which you can buy on eBay. I'm going to put the links in the video description. Super nice guy. He sells a kit to adapt this carburetor to fit the DR-Z straight on. Well, I say straight on, there's a couple more bits I'll come to. So this trumpet completely doesn't fit. It's too long this way. It's not the right diameter. Also, it's got a couple of little air intake brass fittings there, which allow crap to go into the carburetor and engine because it doesn't go through the airbox. So he's 3D printed this, which has sort of encapsulates the full thing with the 2 air intakes and the main air intake into one 3D printed piece, which is super cool. So that is to replace the red trumpet side to the airbox, and it's just not a good fitment with this either. The diameter of the engine side of things is a bad fit. He's replaced it with this own one, which he's had manufactured himself. You can buy these individually or as a kit on eBay. and this screws onto here. You can see already this one is a hell of a lot shorter, and you end up with a tiny little gap around the edge around here. But it's recommended you get some silicone high temperature gasket sealant, and we'll put that around the threads when we build this carb up in a minute. The other things you need is underneath here, to go on the inside of that, you need a little rubber gasket. There's a part number if anyone's interested. The intake from the DR-Z, which I got all the way from Frank MX Parts in the Netherlands. So all this stuff from Mototech's come from Germany. This has come from Netherlands. I don't know if I could have got it from a Suzuki dealer here, but I just ordered it off the internet from somewhere that was in stock. So that is all the parts we need. Oh, last but not least, there is a kind of fancy Jubilee clip hose clamp thing. Again, part numbers. Oh, and obviously when I was mentioning about this whole bracket, they've got a much smaller one that goes on. I'm not sure, we'll figure out which way round, but a much smaller bracket that goes on. I don't know if it's that way round. And it brings the throttle cables in at a better angle, and it takes up less room because this will, as I said, hit the frame. The only thing I'm going to work out quickly is the jetting sizes, because obviously the carburetor comes with whatever random size jets in, and you've got to figure it out for your own bike. If you've had an exhaust upgrade, an airbox upgrade, whether you've got a full exhaust system upgrade or just the back box. Yeah, so the carburetor on the DR-Z is an absolute pain in the arse to take on and off. So the reason why I'm not going to just try and clean, it could just be the jets are clogged up, and that might be why it's running like crap, or one of the mixture screws on the carb. But I'm not taking the carburetor in and out multiple times. I can't be asked, if I'm completely honest. So we're going to try and do it right, or close to right, first time. Hopefully it'll solve the issues. We don't know that yet. So we are going to hopefully resolve all that today and get the old Mikuni 36mm off and fit this FCR 39mm K-hin. Let's go.
We're fading, so hazy. I'm changing into another. It's crazy, I know. Just chase me and I'll show. You'll find me in love with no other. I belong to you, like the moon follows the sunset. I belong to you, and no other. I belong to you, I knew it from the first day. Don't want to do if we change for another. You're shaking, don't know why. So I lay and ease your mind. I kill the silence with a kiss, and broke the curse with a kiss. It's okay, you're safe with me. It's okay, I'm here.
Right guys, how much has this bike cost me so far? So I got them from £2,100 down to £1,700, which was a pretty good price. Most DR-Z400s were kind of up over £2,000 for a decent one that was on the road. £1,700 was a good buy, but I knew that it was ticking over and running a little bit lumpy. So I decided to buy a FCR carburetor from AliExpress, which was £125, although shipping cost me £103. That was a choice I made myself, because I know for a fact, using AliExpress, if I took the cheap or free shipping, I'll be waiting painstakingly for it to slowly move through Kazakhstan and Russia on a train for like 3 months to arrive here. So I went with the express shipping. I want to use a bike for the end of the summer. The Mototech adapter kits, I actually managed to get them for free to try them out on the channel, so thanks to Mototech for that. FCR 39 air filter O-ring, that was £16 with shipping from eBay. The rubber intake boot, I forgot to mention, I don't know if I mentioned in the video, it's come off the DR-Z model, which actually has a 39mm carb or intake as standard. So the rubber intake boot, long story short, I got from the Netherlands, which was £27. I know that sounds a lot, but half of that was postage. Silicone gasket sealant, £7. And new petcock, £10, because I accidentally put a pair of pliers through the mesh. So that gives me a grand total of £2,150. So the price to get it on the road, insurance, the best quote I've got, and I struggled to get quotes to be honest, was £181 fully comp, which is a bargain. Tax £60 for the year. So that's an on the road price. Bearing in mind it's going to run sweet with a carb, £2,400 done. Right, without any further ado, let's go and get this carburetor fitted to this bike. Let's go.
Tar en taxi hem till dig, måste träffa dig nu. Har ingen riktig plan, men du fattar mig, jag blir sjuk. Har gått 20 timmar snart, baby, det är akut. Smaken sitter kvar sen du följde mig hem, det är ljuvligt. Maten är ute, vinden är varm. Vi går runda.
Right, the carburetor's off. Stop slobbering on me. And we are, like, I could have easily taken this apart and checked it, and it might have blocked jets. I'm curious to know. I didn't want to mess around. I ended up stripping this bike down to fit the FCR carb and then adjust the pilot jets at least twice. I think it might have been 3 times. And it's no fun. You have to remove the whole subframe. So I didn't want to mess about. Let's get to the float section. We need some Allen keys. Right, we've got 4 Allen keys on the bottom. Yeah, so it might, I'm curious to know what was actually wrong with this bike. But I've learned a lot. Like, the pilot system is basically what keeps it running and ticking over up until a low amount of revs, and then the other system of jets take over. So let's get these 4 screws off the bottom. Very curious to know. I'm probably going to throw this carburetor in the bin.
In the bin!
I'd like to know why this bike was running crap. Be interesting to see if there's any gunge in here, block jets. That's what I'm expecting to see. Or the size jetting. Feels like it's rounding off. Bugger. Sag sharper. It's definitely loose. Probably lever that up with a flat point and just caveman it off. Get that in there. I might be able to just snap it off. Yeah. Right. Let's get this off the bench and have a good look.
Oh, does your t-shirt don't look like that?
Oh shit! I just got petrol all over myself. Oh, it's leaking everywhere. Why don't I even think of that? Right, let me go and chuck my t-shirt in the washing machine. The floats are bent down a little bit. Let's see if we can figure out the float height. I mean, it's hard to know without knowing the standard settings. They don't look awful, but that has been bent down a little metal tab a fair bit. Let's count this mixer screw to go back in. 1, 2, 3, 3 and about 3 1/8, nearly 3 1/4 turns. That is quite a lot screwed out. I can't actually see any daylight. Maybe you can try it, cameraman. I mean, it's small anyway, but it's the hole in it is. I'd say that's probably clogged up. Do you?
Yeah, I was like really.
It's smaller than the opening. I mean, the opening's small anyway, but oh yeah, look at all that gunge in the bottom. Look at that. All that stuff's probably, yeah. That's not good. It's all around the gasket. All this green gunk. Yeah, that's what's happened, I think. We're going to find out whether this thing actually runs, ticks over and drives nice. After stripping this thing totally apart for 2 days in a row. Let's go. Ooh. Let's take it over a bit low. I wonder whether it's so warm it doesn't need choke. Ah, listen to that. That is running absolutely sweet now. Let's go get this thing out on the road. We've worked hard for this one, guys. Ticking over absolutely sweet now, and it's got so much more power than it used to have with the old carburetor. Ah, it's a police car. YOLO. And with the idle as well, if I drop the clutch, it just purrs and the revs drop down really quick, and that's a really good sign to a well set up carburetor. Let's go! I can see why people love these DR-Zs. They're just fun. I still think even with this I would ride e-bikes. It's just a different kind of fun. They're all fun. Yeah, it's a bit of a faff. I like to just chuck on whatever crash helmets, which is annoying. I don't want to have to wear a great big road helmet for a Supermoto with... Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I find the round ones... I've got like an expensive... I'm trying to think what the brand is, like a normal road bike one. It's really fucking uncomfortable, to be honest.
I've got a couple of road bike ones.
Your face is high like that, but you've got it on, isn't it?
Well, I've got a full face that opens up.
Yeah.
You see them?
Yeah.
That's quite good. They don't look as cool as a scrambler.
Yeah, I think I've got one that opens up as well, but then obviously you've got to have it down to ride and have the mic. It's good for putting it up to quickly do something when you're riding, isn't it?
Don't suit the style of bike.
No, that's it. Exactly. This is more motocross, Supermoto, so it's a slightly different style of...
much better look.
Yeah, just a pair of... These are actually motocross boots, but Alpine style ones.
Okay.
Well, not motocross, but like motorbike.
Yeah.
But it's kind of between casual, but still a bit of ankle support and that, so...
I was going to tell you, the other day I forgot. Every time I went around different hotels when I was in America, quite often people have tuned in on Netflix and they've logged in with their account, they haven't logged out.
Oh.
So you go there, people do it all the time. So what I was doing is I was clicking on your site and getting them to follow you.
Oh. Brilliant.
Yeah, so, yeah,
oh, why the fuck am I... Anyone watching my channel, if...
It's only half a dozen or so, but it was quite funny.
If you suddenly subscribe to Do Stuff, it's Dom.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I love that. I'm going to have to sort this mic situation out and get a new moto vlog set up for the audio, because I know what it's like. Right. Cool. What a perfect day for a Supermoto ride down the sort of coast. Let's go. Oh, looks like a police speed check ahead. Or was that a parking warden? I think it's a parking warden. It's two high-vis vests. Right, mate. How you doing? $400. Good bug. So, what do I think between electric and petrol? Personally, myself, I think they're both fun. Like that little mini electric hyperbike I sold to buy this bike. To be honest, it could be more scary than this, and it probably would keep up with this bike up to about 25 miles an hour. Maybe it's pretty much as quick. After that, this is definitely faster, because this thing probably does about 90 or so. Maintenance wise, I think electric bikes take it for sure, because there's just very little maintenance. It's very, very easy with electric bikes. There's no grease, there's no mess. There's a lot less stress for sure, but I think they're both fun. I definitely think they're both fun. Let us know in the comments what you prefer. Do you enjoy both motorbikes and electric bikes? Hope you enjoyed this little journey. Let us know if you want to see more content on the DR-Z. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.